Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great start of the weekend so far. And welcome to this new video on Bitcoin. We're going to do a full update on the situation right now, which at this point of time, in my opinion, is not great. It's definitely worse than I expected yesterday morning. Far worse. And yesterday in the middle of the day market update, I think the price had already dropped down to this level right here, where we are right now as well, around 108,000. And what I said back then, and that is essentially what I still think at this point of time, is that, first of all, just to repeat, I think the price action over the last 24 hours, given the news, which wasn't that bad, was quite bad, all right? The price action was very weak. And even though, general financial markets have dropped down as well, those have all held up much better than Bitcoin did. So that's a bit of a bearish sign, but there's two reasons why I think we could still bottom out soon here. Although I think it's most likely we're going to drop down lower. I think that's good to to say up front. We broke down below this level right here at 109,000. Which is quite a relevant support level, as you can see. And yes, we have strong support right here at the 3-day trend. So this is all great, right? I mean, on the 3-day time frame, this could be a bottom, but then the more you zoom in, I mean, this just doesn't look great. I mean, we dropped down below the 90-day rolling VWAP. We respected that as resistance. We got a bearish breakdown right here below 110,000. We have a fair value gap to the downside here at 105 and 103, which works as a bit of a magnet. So based on all of that, you'd say it's a little bit more likely that we're going to drop down lower. So to start off this video, and before I talk about some sort of a different scenario, I think the price action you should be prepared for is something like this. All right, I think this is the best to prepare yourself for Bitcoin. Now, when we're talking about altcoins in the general market, which I know this is not a video on that, but when we're talking about that, I mean, altcoins are just incredibly stable, right? So for altcoins, I would be a little bit less worried. Those are trading at the 30-day rolling VWAP. Those are still holding the 90-day rolling VWAP, and those are holding the yearly rolling VWAP. So that doesn't look too bad. But for Bitcoin specifically, it looks, much worse than good, right? That's a very bad English, but okay. So what can happen that this actually, that something else happens, right? And that this actually turns into a bottom. Because it is a possibility. I mean, we are seeing some bullish divergences here. If you take a look at this move, this low right here, for example, and you compare that to this low right here, there's a bullish divergence with the price making lower lows, but the volume also making lower lows. Which means that there's less strength and less capital behind the move down. That's a bullish divergence, which I like a lot. And then there's also a minor bullish divergence between the RSI, with the RSI making some very minor higher lows here compared to lower lows with the price. So that's a double bullish divergence. So therefore, while also being at a major support level, and we're starting a new month, September, which has most often been bullish. That's why we can form a bottom. But for that to happen, and that's also why I'm telling you, I think it's most likely we're going to drop down lower. For that to happen, we'd need to see some sort of a strong reclaim. And the main level I'm looking at right now is 109.4. If we're able to break above 109.4 with strength and hold that, then I think this is a bullish divergence. Then I think it's a bottom. And then I think we can get more recovery into 112.5 and 114.5. So this is a possibility. But given the price action in the last 24 hours and given also some more, fundamental bearish pressure, I would not say this is most likely. But this is something I will keep you updated on later today in my middle of the day market update, if we're going to do one. But also tomorrow and also Monday. So keep your eyes on the channel if you do want to be updated on that. For now, like I said, I think it's better to assume that this is not going to happen, that we're going to get a rejection and that we're going to drop down lower. Those are my thoughts for now. Hopefully that helps. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care and bye.